Hello, today we're going to connect your Fantom Mesh. In order to do that, we need to change the IP address of your computer. Right-click on the Start menu and click on Control Panel. From here, you'll want to click on View Network Status and Task. Then, change a network adapter settings. Right-click on the Ethernet connection and click on Properties. From this menu, you'll want to scroll down to the IP protocol number 4, Internet Protocol version 4. Select and press Properties. Now, let's change the IP address of your computer. This will enable you to connect to your Fantom Mesh. Type in the IP address 192.168.1.3. Click anywhere in the subnet mask field. This will generally automatically populate the values. Click OK, then click Close, and close the other windows. Now you are ready to connect to the Fantom Mesh. We'll do that by opening a browser and typing in the default IP address of 192.168.1.1. We will then log in by clicking on Setup. The username by default is root and the password is admin. We will change this later in the tutorial. Click OK. Now you are logged in. Let's change two different settings from this main menu. First, we'll talk about a DHCP server, which is a device on the network that will allow you to assign different IP addresses automatically to your network devices. It's important that you only have one DHCP server on your network. Generally, if you're using a wireless LAN controller, it will have a DHCP server. If you have a wireless router, such as a home router, you'll also see that there is a DHCP network enabled. To enable or disable this function in your Fantom Mesh, you have an option by clicking the Disable. We'll go ahead and disable it because I know that this network is already configured for a DHCP server and I do not want the Fantom Mesh DHCP server interfering with it. We'll also change the IP address. Let's change the default IP address to 192.168.1.2. The reason we are changing this is because the default IP address also is a default IP address of home wireless routers. No two network items can have the same IP address. Once we change these things, we will click Apply Settings. Now you are ready to communicate with your Fantom Mesh. Let's first show you how to change your username and password. It is recommended you make this change at the same time. So in order to do that, we're going to need to log back in under the new IP address. That IP address was 192.168.1.2. We'll need to enter in the same username and password that we used in the beginning. Now, let's click on Administration tab on the top. From here, you'll change your router's username and your router's password. Please note that we're using the term router for your Fantom Mesh. Let's change the username to Fantom and your password to wireless. You may choose any password that you would like. We're going to apply the settings. Now we are finished. This concludes the tutorial for configuring your wireless Fantom Mesh.